Jonathan, you recently took over the top seat at VW, and clearly this is a brand that's a powerhouse in Europe, a powerhouse in China, Brazil, but when it comes to the United States, it is not where it wants to be. What's your strategy for winning in the U.S.?
Well, what you see here today is a great vision of the tangible changes that we're making for our US, because this is a market that's very important to us. It's really the second or the first most important market globally, whether you look at China first, US second. It's one of the key markets, and it's a market that we absolutely need to succeed in. And so Volkswagen took the decision, interestingly, during the recession, to commit $4 billion worth of investment, $1 billion in terms of a new plant, $3 billion in terms of products, infrastructure, to really move the needle in terms of our presence in the US market.
And you're spending $1 billion on a plant in Tennessee to manufacture the new Passat, being unveiled today here at the Detroit Auto Show. How would you compare manufacturing in the United States to manufacturing in Germany?
You know, the US is a great place to manufacture. There's a lot of infrastructure, a lot of capabilities in terms of the engineering, the process control, and in Tennessee we found a lot of very capable people to actually be part of the operations there and build up our plant. So we're very pleased the way the plant has come together, the way the processes are evolving, and now we've got this tremendous news of launching the Passat today, which really brings affordable German engineering to that mid-sized sedan segment for the first time in the US. So we think it's going to have a great reception.
What does this investment in US manufacturing and really in trying to meet the sales goals that you've set that are very lofty for the United States, what does that mean in terms of hiring here?
Well, in the plant itself, we're in the process of hiring 2,000 people directly in the plant. Independent assessments have also identified that in the supplier base, the broader community, there'll be another 10,000 jobs added on top of that. So we see around 12,000 jobs as really the impact in terms of the direct consequences for the US economy.
Looking at VW sales goals, the goal is to sell 1 million vehicles in the US by 2018. 800,000 VW brand, 200,000 Audis. Even some analysts say that's a very lofty goal, a huge jump from where you are now, and thus you would become the world's biggest automaker. How are you going to hit those sales numbers?
Well, we've set a very strong vision for what we want to see as the future of the Volkswagen Group around the world, and that means we want to become the most successful company. It's not just about sales, it's also about customer satisfaction, it's about employee satisfaction, it's about return on the financial side of the business as well. So it's a very broad set of goals in terms of what we want to achieve by 2018.
The U.S. market is a very different market than elsewhere in the world. Americans love their trucks, they love their SUVs until gas gets to $4, then they don't, then they go back. They're fickle consumers when it comes to what kind of automobile they want. You worked at Ford, you spent years at Ford and years at General Motors. So what did working at those two U.S. automakers teach you about this critical market?
Well, you know, I think it helps me to understand what are the specifics about the US customer and the way the US customer behaves compared to other customers around the world.
And what is that?
Well, the US customer loves to shop for and purchase a vehicle very quickly, sometimes even within the same day. So in the US, you have to be much quicker, much more focused. You have to respond to customers more quickly. Customers in the US use social media much more engaged. And so you have to engage with them in the medium that they want to be spoken to and engaged in a dialogue with. So US marketplace is very transparent. Competition is very intense, and you have to react very quickly. And those are the things that we're bringing to Volkswagen in America.
You have to look at the broad picture, obviously.
Absolutely.